What's good, y'all? Dogysamich here with one of my 5 million ideas that is actually going to come to fruition. This one being a series for however long this goes, where I just rant about something that happens or something that comes to my mind. This time it's going to be Granblue Versus Season 2, which was just announced at, I guess, the Side Games convention or something. I didn't keep up with it, but there's one huge thing that crossed my mind that I want to talk about. But got to get to it first. So it's going to be happening, or it's going to be releasing on September 24th. The big thing that people are probably going to care about is new character Bilal. He plays like, or he looks like a character. He plays like a character. I don't know Granblue lore outside the anime, which I don't really remember the lore of the anime because season 2 was pretty mad. I also don't judge character archetypes and play styles, aesthetics, all that for characters that I cannot physically play because that is a terrible idea and they can change in the last minute until they're released. Anyways, Bilal's coming on the 24th of September. That is also going to be the beginning of season 2. There's going to be balance changes for all the characters. So they put on the trailer. I'm going to drop the trailer down there because you'd rather watch that and listen to me. They have the roadmap for season 2, or for the character pass at least. You're gonna have Bilal on the 24th. Some character that they already teased, I don't know her name because she's not in the anime and she's never been an interesting character on my Twitter feed. She's coming sometime in October, and there's gonna be one more character in 2020 and then 3 more in 2021, so the game's not going for a while. What's not directly mentioned in the trailer, but is very visibly apparent, is they're bringing the Persona 4 glasses back, or P4A glasses back, because Bilal has like 5, 10, 15 different kinds of glasses. But the thing that's most interesting to me throughout all of that is they said they are going to reset the rank. Now, I think this is interesting. This is amusing. I actually reset this twice because I didn't want to use the word interesting. Can't stand that word and how it's used in esports nowadays. Anyways, I think it's amusing because rank reset in fighting games is something that people, I don't want to say a lot of people, but a decent amount of people as of late have been ranting and raving about off and on, talking about, man, I wish they'd reset the ranks, give me some new motivation to fight it through the ranks again, so on and so forth. And I think it's kind of amusing because what people won't acknowledge, or what the fighting game community won't acknowledge, is the fact that ranked is very glorified. People told about it, people brag about it, people make note of it, people cite it as references and commentary in all levels, not just locals, but all the way up to like whatever your favorite championships are. So it's kind of amusing to see a game is finally going to have the nerve to reset the rank. And it being the game being Granblue is the other thing that's really interesting about this. Yeah, I'm going to just say interesting. It's the really interesting thing about it because if you haven't kept up with people's trials and tribulations getting up to rank in Granblue, it's not as easy as other games. There have been many people who have complained about getting up to double S and trying to break the barrier into triple S and having to find matches. They have often cited the fact that to rank up, I think you have to win 5 matches straight, if I remember correctly. It might just be to go from like letter grade to letter grade, but somewhere you have to actually have a streak. And if you lose, it's not like you go one step back, you reset, if I understand it correctly. I'm not a ranked player, don't quote me on this. The thing that I know about it is it's very rough. Finding matches is another problem for ranked. I can't remember if I just said that, I'm ranting. But a big thing that's going to add into that as well is the PC players' migration to Parsec, or their using of Parsec. That's a hot topic that my homie Coach Andy will hit on in his podcast, The Hit Confirm. I'll drop that below as well. It's actually a very good listen. But the big thing to take away from all this is I think it's pretty amusing that they're going to have the nerves to actually reset the ranks in season 2. And I want to see how people react to this, because Granblue is still a pretty decently sized game. It never got to the ranks that people were saying it was. Like, it's supposed to be this big juggernaut of a fighting game, it's supposed to take one of the top 3 spots, like a tier 1 fighting game, maybe knocking Mortal Kombat off. That's nowhere near that. But it's still big enough to hold its weight in the ring. So I want to know how these people who are just getting into Triple S, that are just getting in the master rank, how they're going to feel having to go through all of this again. Because they didn't announce anything else with the changes. I mean, again, this is just a teaser trailer that you're going to look at. They didn't announce anything about resetting the matchmaking algorithm, resetting the formula you need to go, or the path you need to go to get from rank to rank, from letter grade to letter grade. So unless I'm mistaken, or unless they just go back and say it later, you should assume that it's still going to be just as hard as it was before. Now you have to do it again. I want to see where that goes. But that's everything I had for this. I'm trying to keep these as short as possible because, like, one of the big MOs is just rant. It's not to make it some big glorified video or something with like all the fancy intros, sections, and all that stuff. Well, maybe if this gets big, but we ain't worried about that right now. Right now, we just out of here. Peace.